What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Sorry if I sound a little weird. I'm getting over a cold, so I'm kind of stuffy. But today we're gonna be working on the Integra again. In the last video, we put on some new wheels and tires. We went from a 17 to a 15, and they ride a lot better. This car was just meant to have 15s on it. Plus, it just looks so much better. Look how, I actually have meaty tires now. But that being said, see, look at that. I mean, it just looks so much better. But that being said, since we have these meatier tires and they got a pretty good amount of poke, the tires are a lot wider. So I mentioned in that last video that my springs or my struts on the coilovers that are on this car are really soft, and the car is very bouncy, and I think the coilovers are just blown, just wore out. But look at all this. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a lot of suspension travel, and going around corners, this tire just barely makes contact with this fender. Yes, I know there's a little bit of surface rust there. It's gonna get fixed one day. Just one day when we're ready to paint the car, we'll go back and we'll fix all of these rust spots. But right now we're just gonna keep driving. But if you look, you can see where that tire has been making contact with this quarter panel. And it only scrubs in the rear. I need to clean my wheels. I need to wash the whole car, actually. But the front's been pretty good, like as far as ride height goes. But anyway, the point of this video is we're gonna stop all that weight transfer. So I got here a set of I got a new set of coilovers. The ones that are on there, those are Yonaka coilovers. They're height adjustable, but the damping and the rebound on the strut is not adjustable. This is a set of Maxpeedingrods coilovers, and this isn't the it's not the new one. These are the T6s, not the T7s. But these are 24-way adjustable damping, spring rate. Well, the damping's adjustable, and you can get custom spring rates for these, which I did not do. I just kept the spring rate that they ship because I didn't pay for these, to be honest. A friend of mine hooked me up with them, so he said they were better than what I had. But we're gonna see. We're gonna put that to the test. We're gonna see if these are better than what was on there before. I mean, anything's got to be better than a blown strut, right? But we're gonna start with the rear probably, and start swapping out what's there with these new Maxpeedingrods coilovers. These are, like I said, these are the T6. They're height adjustable and damping adjustable. Alright, so I got my one of the Yonaka coilovers out, and I'm just going to line it up with one of the rear struts from the new Maxpeedingrods. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from here. I'm gonna measure from the base to the bolt hole, because I want to match the ride height. I want to keep the same ride height, I just want better spring, you know, less rebound. And you can tell this spring on this Maxpeedingrods coilover is way thicker than the one on the Yonaka, so that spring rate's got to be higher. One thing that's recommended to do with the Maxpeedingrod coilovers is to check your preload out of the box, because sometimes it'll be loose. So I'm just gonna double check and make sure that this is tight, and then I'm gonna match the rod height from this one to this one. Another thing that's different between these two coilovers is the Maxpeedingrods ones don't have a nut welded to them, so you have to find a nut for your bolt that goes through the lower control arm. The Yonaka ones have a nut. Alright, so done with the back, and now I'm moving to the front, and the same thing, we're going to measure from the tap to the bottom of the cup and then match it up here and here. And also, you got some hardware that comes with these that doesn't come with the Yonakas. With the Maxpeedingrods, you can put the bracket on there to hold your brake line out of the way, and on the Yonaka ones you can't. But we'll get to that in just a minute. Alright, so another thing that comes with this kit is they use these same coilovers for like EKs and EGs. So this cup size down here, it's a little small for an Integra or an EG. This is a little bit smaller than your suspension fork. So they give you this, and it just slips over, and now it's the perfect size. All right, I got the front done. So it looks a little bit higher, but it should settle to be the exact same height as it was before, because that's what I got it set up as. But right now I got everything set on fully stiff, so we'll see what happens with that. I'm gonna take it for a test drive in a little bit. Right now my wife is she went to pick up our daughter from school, and I got my son, he's inside asleep taking a nap, so I can't go for a drive right now. But when he wakes up, we'll put him in the passenger seat and we'll go test these coilovers out and see what they ride like. Like I said, right now all four corners are set to maximum stiffness. My plan, the reason I set them to full stiffness, and I'm not trying to race nobody, but the reason I set them to full stiffness, especially in the rear, is because I'm trying to avoid this. You see that line? That's where I've been rubbing since I got these new tires, because they're wider and they don't sit up inside the fender well whenever you go over a bump, and it doesn't rub a lot. I mean, the ride height's it's not very aggressive, it's not slammed or anything, so it shouldn't be rubbing at all. But whenever I'd hit a bump, especially coming in and out of my driveway, I don't know if you can see it, but I live on a gravel road, so there's a lot of bumps, and my back tires would rub coming in and out of my driveway. But I'm hoping these will fix it, setting it to full stiffness. I'm hoping it'll fix it. It does seem, let's see, it does seem a lot stiffer, but we won't be able to tell until we actually take the car for a ride. But we'll do that in a little bit, and I'll let you know what I think of them. Also, I got my old coilovers over here. They were I don't see a model number on them anywhere, but I'm pretty sure that Yamaha offers 2 different sets of coilovers for my car, or for Integras and Civics, and I believe these are the cheaper set. These are probably like around $600, and I think for like $700 there's one that is adjustable in the damping, but these, however, are not. And they're just real soft and real squishy. Like the Maxpeedingrods we just put on, the rear spring is a lot thicker than these. I'm sure these are probably like, I don't know, it should be stamped on here somewhere, but these have got to be like 6K or less, and those are probably like at least 8K. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure the specs on them. There's not really a spec that comes with this, so I guess you could look it up online and see. But they look thicker. Maybe they're a higher rate, but anyway, it looks pretty. We'll see how it handles in just a little bit. Hello. Say hello. Alright, we're gonna go for a little quick test drive around the block, and we're gonna see how these coilovers feel. Hello. I wish I had a better mount for this camera, but this is all I really got. Son, at full stiff they still scrub. You scrubby. Uh-oh. Say uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, let's try it down here. as far as like my first impression, it's not as bouncy. They definitely ride okay, but I think my scrubbing issue is worse, and that's what with them at full stiff. So I think we need to raise the ride height probably an inch. Yeah, so we're gonna raise the ride height probably an inch, and then that should hopefully fix it. So what I was saying is we're gonna have to raise the ride height. It's like the front's perfectly fine. I love that. I love the way it looks though, you know, but it scrubs too bad. I'm gonna have to come up. See, like I've got like a 1 finger gap. I need to come up like an inch. Maybe if I come up an inch, it won't scrub as bad, but I don't know. These, I set them to the exact same height, but these seem a lot lower. But it's definitely, you know, these are brand new tires, and that's how much it was rubbing. So, I mean, I could always camber them in. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to camber. I don't want camber. Yeah, I don't want an excessive amount of negative camber. So I'm gonna just lift it up a little bit. All right, we raised the rear about an inch. I can fit 2 fingers now, but these coilovers are now maxed out on height in the rear. This is as high as I can take them. We're gonna go for another ride and see if we're still scrubbing. There's no reason that should still be scrubbing now. Alright, we raised the rear. We're gonna go for another little quick ride just to see if it helped at all. You ready, buddy? So far, it's a lot better. He likes beeping the horn. Alright, so far we haven't rubbed. Even that bump leaving the driveway, we didn't rub. Hitting bumps right now to try to see if we scrub. Nothing. We're doing good. All right, let's go this way. Oh, there was a little bit. That was body roll from turning. sway bar in the rear. What do you think, buddy, huh? Huh? Alright, so most of our rubbing issue is gone now. It really only rubs on turns, and that's just the body roll from turning. So I think maybe the next thing to do is upgrade the rear sway bar. And it'd be nice, you know, like I want to have a I've wanted to upgrade the rear sway bar and put you know, maybe one of those ASR subframe braces on it, but that'll come in the future. Right now we're just I don't know, you know, I got these coilovers for free, so free is better than, you know, a set of old blown ones. But anyway, so as far as my impression of the ride quality of these Maxpeedingrods coilovers, they're not bad. They're not bad. The quality's not bad either. The ride quality is actually pretty good. There's not a whole lot of bounciness. The only problem that we really have is a little bit of tire rub, and that's because my wheels are very wide. Like I'm running 8-inch wide wheels when most people only on Hondas only run 7s. I know it's a whole inch, but I could always camber the back end, but I don't like that. I don't like that look. I guess it's better than being monster truck in the back, but I didn't raise it that much. I mean, realistically, we only got a we really only got like a ½ inch of lift from that. So from where I raised it up before, we only got a ½ inch of lift, and that's maxed out. There's there's like a little indentation on that coilover sleeve, and that's as high as you can take it safely, and we're right there at it. So these coilovers are definitely for people who want to go low. And I've also heard that they do like custom spring rates if you request it. But I, you know, like I said, I didn't order these. I was given them. So maybe I could order a set of springs, you know, with a stiffer spring rate, and that might help some. But really, it's just, my main problem is just the body roll. So far, like, these are on max stiffness. It's not that stiff. I just drove down a we just drove down a thank you we just drove down a dirt road, a gravel road, and purposely hit every pothole and divot that we could find, and we didn't really have a problem. Get down, cat. We didn't really have a problem. The problem was with the body roll and turning. But anyway, if you want to see more, of this Integra, Leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next one. Say bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.